One thing that connects the entire world is the love for cheesy, savory, and crusty delights. This is what we know as pizzas. From the dough and the crust to the cheese and the topping, these pizzas are best enjoyed when hot and fresh. But due to the high demand for pizzas and widespread love, pizzas have also become mass-produced. Even Domino's, one of the leading pizza companies in the industry, mass-produces its pizza to meet the increased demand. But how is pizza, which is usually made personally by a chef, produced in factories by automated machines? Well, it all starts with getting the important ingredients. Gathering the ingredients. Domino's pizza, whether it's made in the restaurant or in the factory, consists of 4 main components. The dough, made of flour, yeast, oil, salt, and some preservatives. The sauce, which consists of tomatoes, spices, and some chemicals to prolong shelf life. The cheese, brought pre-made to the factory. And the toppings, which depend on the type of pizza. Domino's is one of the biggest buyers of pizza ingredients in the world, from cheese and sauce to flour and even pizza boxes. They get their pizza ingredients from a network of suppliers and distribution centers, working with suppliers that treat animals well. As for the dough, Domino's has special factories for this purpose alone. Domino's Dough Factory. Each year, Domino's produces over 300 million pounds of dough and distributes it to different restaurants in the city. For instance, the East Granby Center supplies 126,000 dough balls in a single day to about 425 restaurants. These factories are always operating round the clock and never close down. The pizza dough is made of water, salt, sugar, yeast, flour, and oil. They also add the yeast, which gives the dough a fluffy and chewy texture. Every 5 minutes, the factories are able to make a 500-pound batch. The dough balls are placed in trays and then shipped to stores or restaurants to make the pizza. With the semi-automated process, the ingredients of the dough are mixed in large metal bowls. Then it is kneaded, squeezed, and sliced into balls. These balls are chilled on trays, packed into refrigerated trucks, and then sent to the store. Anyone who has ever had to knead dough would tell you that it's a tough and intensive job. But for those at Domino's, the factory does most of the work. The machine mixing and kneading the dough has the same power as a truck. Creating the crust. Next is the creation of the crust. The machine takes the ready dough from before and feeds it into a chunking machine. This machine would take parts of the dough of 5 to 6 pounds and put it through a conveyor belt running under a large pan. As a result, the dough would convert from one large mass into smaller pieces. The dough would also be dusted with raw flour so that it does not stick to the machine while the crust is being created. The chunks of dough would be sent to the next station. This is the sheeting machine. This machine consists of stainless steel rollers that have also been dusted with flour. They press the chunks into a large uniform sheet, which is the concise thickness of a pizza crust. Then the machine would trim off the uneven edges of the crust sheet. The crust would also be brushed with more flour in this process. Cutting the pizza. Now that the dough has been made into a crust, the machine cuts the sheet of dough into pizza circles. The machine consists of a large plastic roller with circular molds, which simply cuts the dough into circles as they move through the assembly line. After creating perfect circles, there would be leftover dough. This dough would be moved into another conveyor, where it is combined together and turned into new dough. This dough is passed through the machine again to cut into perfect circles. This process repeats over and over again. This assembly line also consists of stainless steel rollers. These poke holes into the crust to ensure that it cooks evenly and avoids any air bubbles. If you're baking pizza at home or in a restaurant for immediate consumption, you might not have to consider these steps. But Domino's frozen pizzas need to be preserved for longer. For frozen pizzas, they are not cooked fully but halfway. This way, they can hold their shape in the freezer and would be cooked completely in the hands of the consumer. The pizza rounds are transferred to steel conveyor belts into an oven that bakes them at 360 to 600 degrees Fahrenheit. Within 3 to 4 minutes, the pizza crust is cooked evenly without burning. There's also the saucing, which is another important step in creating the crust. Domino's sauce is made of tomato paste, spices, sugar, and other chemicals. The sauce is made separately using a secret recipe, and after it cools down, it is fed into the assembly line. As the warm pizzas move out of the oven and through the assembly line, the saucing machine drops sauce on them. Cheese and toppings. Now that you have your pizza crust with sauce, the next step is to add the cheese and toppings. Domino's uses a variety of cheeses on their pizza, including mozzarella, provolone, cheddar, pecorino, parmesan, and Asiago cheeses. On their signature pizzas, Domino's uses 100% mozzarella cheeses, giving their delicious pizzas a creamy taste and soft texture. Some of these cheeses are also blended together, depending on the type of pizza. The cheeses are put through an industrial shredder. Then, this shredder would put the shredded cheese on a conveyor belt to pass over the pizza belt, dropping all the cheese onto the pizza. Now, this is an automatic process, so all the cheese is dumped on top of the pizza, and there would be leftovers on the conveyor belt. All the excess cheese is transported to a collector and then reused. This is the same with the dough, ensuring that there is no waste. The same process applies to the vegetables, ham, meat, pepperoni, and any other toppings that will be used on the pizza. Now, the pizza's oven ready, but needs to be tested before being sent out for consumption. Testing for quality. All Domino's pizzas taste the same because they follow the same process. The company also focuses on inspecting every pizza. The testing stage takes place at every step of making pizza, especially when creating the crust. This is where the human workers come in. The workers would inspect the crust for folded edges, inconsistencies, burnt or overcooked pieces, flaws, and more. They also check for overcooked crusts, unequal toppings, and more. Another aspect is to measure the size and weight of the pizza, ensuring that all the products are consistent. Freezing and packaging. For Domino's frozen pizza, the final step is to freeze and package it. The pizzas are transferred into a spiral freezer, which goes through a spiral conveyor belt for 20 minutes at 25 degrees Fahrenheit. This allows them to freeze the pizza without making it turn into ice. It would also preserve all the flavors of the pizza. In restaurants, there's no need to freeze the pizza since it will be given to the consumers directly. They can enjoy the pizza warm. The packing station is where the pizza is cut into slices and then placed into the pizza boxes. Frozen pizzas at Domino's are cut into slices and wrapped in shrink wrap to protect them from the environment. And then another machine vacuum seals them. Then they are boxed and shipped to different stores. Wondering how your favorite Domino's pizza is made? Whether it's frozen pizza from factories or warm pizza in restaurants, Domino's follows a strict process that ensures all their pizza tastes the same way. Hope this video didn't make you want to order a delicious pizza from Domino's. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more behind-the-scenes content.